franchise, Tampa Bay Buccaneers edition. And week 3, game number 3, didn't go as planned with a 23-8 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But we're ready to get right back into this with a week 4 edition against the Bears from Soldier Field. And we're going to give the Bears their color rush. I believe that's the blue one. The all blue. Yeah, we'll go with that one. And then we will go with white ones. We'll go with those ones. And now, defense we were fine with, but we're going to change it up on our offensive playbook, as we are going to go with the Dallas Cowboys one. It's also a good one. The New Orleans one just didn't work. Played a tough defense against Pittsburgh, an interconference or an outer conference matchup, so to speak. Buccaneers versus Steelers, but we're back for week 4, and it's the Buccaneers, Aaron Rodgers, coming into this game throwing 7 interceptions and just off to a horrible start. Julio Jones, 17 receptions, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns against Michael Thomas, 11 receptions, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns. Latavius Murray, no stats. McCaffrey, 54 carries, 303 yards, 5 touchdowns. He was neutralized in week 3 against the Steelers after having a great performance in week 2 against the Eagles. Brandon Graham, 5 tackles. Noah Spence, 10 tackles. Aaron Rodgers, 58-94, 818 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, compared to Derek Carr, who had 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and A.J. Green without a touchdown, but has 18 receptions and 314 yards. All right, we're ready from Soldier Field, and here we go. And the Buccaneers will kick it off to the Bears, so for the 4th straight week, the Buccaneers will gain the ball in the second half. And kickoff is underway. And it's going to be picked up from the 5 yards by Chester Rodgers. Here's Chester Rodgers breaking a tackle, but then going down at the 24-yard line. And we mentioned Derek Carr before the game, and Carr's been off to a great start so far, early part in this season. Carr is 68 for 108, 718 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And you look in comparison to the quarterback across the field from him, who has 7 interceptions, Aaron Rodgers. So Carr out there for the Bears for their first drive of the game. So Carr gonna go in the single back formation. You got Matthews and Michael Thomas to the left. Watch Michael Thomas. He's gonna be featured early, and we just mentioned if the Buccaneers secondary can't control him. And we talked about it early on to this broadcast. Cam Chancellor is out for a few more weeks. The Buccaneers do have a bye week coming up after this week, so they like to go into the bye week 3-1. Here's the handoff there to Davis. Davis met at the line at a big tackle there, and it looks like Davis is going to lose a yard in that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So the Bears trying to do what the Steelers did last week, which was control the time of possession, move the ball down efficiently, and convert on 3rd downs. Here's Michael Thomas on the left side with Hayden Hurst. Thomas going back. Thomas looking. And it's going to be a check down throw to Michael Davis. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7 coming up. So 4 yards reception there. Let's take a look at the offensive line for the Bears. Teron Armstrong, Rodney Hudson, Orlando Brown Jr. Then you got Rashard Matthews, Hayden Hurst, Mike Davis, and as we mentioned, Mike Thomas. So we got the Mike squared going up for the Bears. And here's the first 3rd down. And I believe that's Charles. Could be Jamal Charles in the backfield. Looking to go to Michael Thomas. And Michael Thomas, and that catch is broken up. A good defensive play there by Jonathan Joseph. Makes it a 4th down. So the Buccaneers defense off to a good start here on the road as they break off a catch from one of the most sure-handed receivers in the game, and Michael Thomas. So now the Buccaneers, who were very porous offensively in week 3 against the Steelers, having their first chance. And there we mentioned Aaron Rodgers, 18 stats, 818 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That is just not Aaron Rodgers like, and he's going to hopefully turn it up big today before the Buccaneers go on their bye week. So Aaron Rodgers Maybe with a new playbook, he can get some new things going. He's going to start off with 5 wide, so he's definitely going to start the ball throwing. Let's see what Rodgers has cooking for us today. Rodgers in the shotgun formation. Rodgers looking. Going to the middle of the field, and that's going to be caught by Julio Jones. And that's a gain of 11. So Rodgers with his first completion. And there's Julio Jones last week. 4 receptions, 141 yards, and a touchdown. We mentioned the Buccaneers, very porous in offense. Only got their only points in the fourth quarter. That was a 5-yard slant to Julio Jones. And they did get the 2-point conversion, which also did go to Julio Jones. But that was about it. And that was actually it. So now Rodgers in the shotgun formation. He's got McCaffrey to the right from him. There's a handoff to McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey sees a hole, but he gets stopped after just a gain of a yard. So McCaffrey looking to be more featured in this game as the Buccaneers, who were playing from behind most of the game, didn't run the ball effectively or efficiently. And that really did help the Steelers, who were looking to neutralize McCaffrey. Here's Rodgers again going to throw it. Rodgers looking to throw. Rodgers wide open. He's got A.J. Green. Green with a big catch down the middle of the field. And that's a big play there of 30 yards. So Rodgers 2 for 2, 36-yard reception to A.J. Green. And right now off to a better start than he has all season long. But we know in football it's not about how you start a drive, it's how you finish it. Here's Rodgers in the I formation. He's going to do a quick toss to McCaffrey. McCaffrey looking to get blockers. Gets a few blockers. Gets a couple positive yards. A gain of 4 on that play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down 6. 2nd and 7, actually. Rodgers and McCaffrey need to be synchronized if they want to be successful and get a deep playoff run this year for the Buccaneers. Now it's a single back formation. Here's Rodgers handing it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey trying to go up the middle. Gain of a few, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 5 coming up after a 2-yard rush there by Christian McCaffrey. But Rodgers, who's 2 for 2 so far, throwing the ball. Going 5 wide. You got Julio Jones and A.J. Green stacked up together on the left side. Rodgers looking for a quick throw, and that's going to be completed for a 1st down. Austin Hooper, the tight end, and Rodgers is in business. He's going to go no huddle here. He's going to keep the lines going. Rodgers running it quickly, looking to throw it. Hits A.J. Green. Green down inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line. And Rodgers, who's 4 for 4 on this drive, pretty good start so far. 2nd reception for A.J. Green, and that's going to go for a gain of 15. Now, we've seen so far twice this year the Buccaneers having problems scoring from the 5-yard line. And here's a handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey stopped short after just a gain of a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd goal and 3. Rodgers going 5 wide. He's been so far perfect today. Rodgers looking, quick throw. Oh, and that was way off, and that was trying to go to Julio Jones, and Rodgers just missed him. Julio Jones was wide open, but he couldn't hit his big receiver there. They're in goal from the 3. Rodgers looking, going back, looking, has time, tries to make a play, but it'll get taken down. And it's Desmond Bryant with the sack, and the Buccaneers are going to have to settle for a field goal. So Rodgers was perfect until an incompletion on 2nd down, and on 3rd down he gets sacked. And now Justin Tucker comes up for a chip shot field goal, and the Buccaneers put on the first points of the game. So they do get some positive notes to come out of that first opening drive. They get 3 points on the board, but they would have liked 7. Tucker to kick it. And it's going to be returned here by Rodgers again. Rodgers picking it up at the 5. Rodgers going to the 25, the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 30-yard line. So the Chicago Bears coming back out for their 2nd drive of the day. The first one resulted in a 5-play punt after a 1st down there on the first throw to Michael Thomas. Here's Derek Carr again with Mike Davis in the backfield. Single back formation. Carr looking to throw it. Carr getting pressured. And again, another quick slant to Michael Thomas. A spin move, and Thomas takes it out to the 48-yard line. So they start both the first drive and the second drive to a quick slant to Michael Thomas. His second reception for 32 yards. Or he's 2 receptions for 32 yards, I should say. Here's Carr in the shotgun formation. Charles to the right of him. And the handoff to Charles. Charles up the middle. Bumps into his own defender there. Bumps into the guard and only gains 3. I believe that's Jamal Charles. Because I can't think of another Charles. Ryan Kerrigan with the tackle on that one. And there's the defense. Kyle Williams, Xavier Williams doing a little rock, paper, scissors there with Brendan Graham. Ryan Kerrigan, Sean Lee, and Lorenzo Alexander are the linebackers for the Buccaneers. Joe Hayden, Teron Johnson, Tremont Williams, and Jonathan Joseph. And as we mentioned, Cam Chancellor, who's on the IR, is going to be out for about 4 or 5 more weeks. So 2nd and 7. Thomas and Jordan Matthews out wide. Hurst in the middle. I formation. And the handoff to Mike Davis. Davis getting stopped after just a gain of 2 yards. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. So 3rd and 4 coming up. Christian Kirk, Michael Thomas on the right. Shotgun formation. Got Matthews also on the right. Here's the throw. Looking. And it's going to be wide open. Jamal Charles. And that's going to be good for a first down. Going to the safety blanket. The running back out of the backfield. And all of a sudden, the Bears are moving inside the Buccaneers' territory. 25 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Carr with an audible. Handoff. And Sean Lee coming in for the tackle. And just going to be a gain of 4 there from Mike Davis, who had 14 rushes and 53 yards last week. Just 1 touchdown on the season for the running back for the Bears. Final seconds ticking down here in the first quarter. Let's see if the Bears run one more play. And they do. And it's going to be picked off there by Lorenzo Alexander. Lorenzo Alexander reading that perfectly. They intend to throw to Haydenhurst. And at the end of the first quarter, we see a turnover, and the Buccaneers have the ball. So a good play by the Bucs defense, who's been solid all season. Offensively, they're looking to get things clicking. Here's Rodgers. He's going play action. Looking for Julio Jones. He hits Jones. Jones fumbles the ball and then loses it, but it just goes out of bounds. Julio Jones got that ball stripped right out of him, but a good play as they were able to, actually it was just a lucky play as the Bears, it looked like, recovered it, but they did go out of bounds. So Julio Jones dodging a bullet there. Here's the handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey bumping it out wide. He gets a hole. McCaffrey making a nice juke move and a gain of a first down, a gain of 10 on that play, and the first big carry for Christian McCaffrey. So the Buccaneers having a little bit more success right now, moving the ball than they did last week. I formation. Rodgers hiding it off to McCaffrey. Getting a block from the fullback. McCaffrey, positive yards, still pushing away. Still pushing. And a gain of 12 there. Christian McCaffrey, 2 first downs on back-to-back carries. Number 22 is involved. And that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Buccaneers fan. The Bears defense right now having no answer. Here's A.J. Green in motion. Rodgers looking at Green. He's got A.J. Green wide open. Big catch. Catch and run for A.J. Green. And Green gets it down to the 12-yard line. So Rodgers, 6 for 7, 103 yards. Off to a good start. He heard what we were saying earlier. And he's hit A.J. Green 3 times for 66 yards. So 3 receptions, 66 yards from one of the big receivers for the Buccaneers. Now 5 wide. Rodgers looking to keep it in the air. Rodgers looking to go to Julio Jones. Jones getting it down inside the 4-yard line. And Jones taking a big hit there. And he's going to be hurt. Julio Jones, that is not something you want to see there. And Jones is hurt. And he is going to have to leave for this play. Maybe the game. We'll see how serious it is. But the Bears are in trouble as the Buccaneers have it down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and 2. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey met there at the line. And they're going to be a loss of a yard there. It's going to be 3rd down 5. And it's an abdominal tear for Julio Jones. And he is out for the game. And he's going to be out for some time. You hate to see that with one of the best receivers in the game. But Julio Jones, abdominal tear. And now it's up to A.J. Green. So look for AJ Green and Austin Hooper to be more targeted right now, as well as Christian McCaffrey. Here's Rodgers. Rodgers running it up the middle. Rodgers going into the end zone. Touchdown. QB run. Number 12. Aaron Rodgers into the end zone. And he does the double discount check with the belt. And his first rushing touchdown of the season gives the Buccaneers a 10-point lead. So following the Lorenzo Alexander interception, Rodgers able to come down 7 plays, 69 yards. Only took a minute and 41 seconds off the clock, and the Bucs are up 10-0. Now, we should point out Julio Jones' abdominal tear. He is out for the game. The Bucs do have a bye week coming up, but we'll see how serious this injury is. The offense is already out without Austin Eckler, the backup running back. And now their top receiver, Julio Jones. Game trend so far, offensive total yards, 140 for the Bucs, 54 for the Bears. Here's the third drive for Derek Carr coming off the interception. Carr in trouble, looking to throw. Hits Devolve, the tight end. And Devolve is going to push his way into a first down. 5 for 7, 57 yards, and 1 interception. Here's Carr coming out. Shotgun. He's got Jamal Charles to the left of him. Carr looking to throw. Carr's going to get a user pick, and it's going to be intercepted by Wilson. And I say user pick because that was just totally read perfectly. And 2 straight drives for the Buccaneers resulted 2 interceptions. So the Buccaneers defense coming out to play here early and off to a great start. So Aaron Rodgers coming out with one of his weapons on the bench with an injury. And he'll hand it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey looking to make a move, but he's going to get stopped in the backfield for a loss of 2. And McCaffrey looked a little slow on that play, and it's going to be the second tackle for loss there. So let's see how Rodgers uses his weapons. He's got Tavon Austin and Austin Hooper, and then A.J. Green and Cordell Patterson on the left. Rodgers looking for his tight end, Austin Hooper, and Hooper short of a first down, but a good catch there by the big tight end, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. And Rodgers is looking good so far, much better than he has all season long. Looks comfortable in the pocket, he's getting time, he's not getting pressured, besides the 1 sack. Rodgers hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey cutting his way through, and that should be good enough for a first down. And it is. And a good play there for McCaffrey to cut his way in when there was not a lot of room to run and get a first down. I formation. Rodgers faking the draw, handing the draw off to Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to move, but there's going to be a flag, and it might come back for holding. Let's take a look at the call. Illegal block in the back against the fullback, Michael Humanawani, and they're going to replay first down. So 1st and 14 following that. Patterson, Hooper, and Austin to the right. A.J. Green to the left. McCaffrey in the backfield. Rodgers looking. He's got Tavon Austin wide open. And he catches it, but I think he went out of bounds and came back in. That might be an illegal touching. And it is an illegal touching. Austin Hooper can't do that. Can't go out of bounds. Can't come back into bounds. The throw was perfect, but it was just Tavon Austin's route that was a little misconstrued. And a miscommunication for a guy who doesn't see a lot of time on the offense. More of a special teams guy. But now with Julio Jones out, it's going to have to see it. Rodgers running one more play before the half, before the 2-minute warning. Gets the screen to Christian McCaffrey, and McCaffrey is going to run to a big hit there. But it brings up 3rd and 9. Walker with 5 tackles so far. Rodgers going 5 wide here. 3rd and 9 at the 2-minute warning. Rodgers looking to get A.J. Green on a big catch of 13 yards. A.J. Green, look for him to be the main target now that Julio Jones is out. But Aaron Rodgers continuing to move down the field efficiently. And the big thing so far here early on is the turnovers. And you don't want to jinx them. But 7 turnovers, 7 interceptions so far in the season is just not the Aaron Rodgers we know. McCaffrey there on a gain of 6. And the clock is still moving. Buccaneers with all 3 of their timeouts. Up 10 and gain the ball back at half. So feeling comfortable right now, the Bucs. McCaffrey again going up the middle. And he's going to be just marked short at the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Third and 1 with about a minute to go in the half. I formation. McCaffrey in the backfield. McCaffrey pushing his way to a 1st down, and he's going to get the 1st down. 12 rushes, 40 yards. So not a great day, but an effective day for the running back. The Buccaneers have yet to use a timeout. Feeling confident right now that they don't need to use a timeout. Rodgers looking. Going down the middle of the field. Taking a hit. And he's still on his feet. And just a gain of 2 there. And the Buccaneers will call their first timeout of the game. First timeout of the half, I should say. So 2nd and 8 from the 12. They can get a 1st down and not score. So we'll see what Dirk Cutter's plan is here. Oh, and that was intended for Christian McCaffrey, who came out of his break a little too late. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8. So 3rd and 8 with 28 seconds left. Rodgers going shotgun formation. Rodgers looking for A.J. Green. Green, is he going to get enough for a 1st down? No, it's incomplete. Throws into traffic, and just like that, they're going to be settling for a field goal. Justin Tucker with another chip shot right here. And the Buccaneers take a 13-0 lead with 21 seconds left to go. So another positive for the Buccaneers, who get down inside the red zone, but they needed to get a touchdown, but they ended up getting a field goal. So they just had to settle for 2 field goals and 3 red zone drives. That 1 touchdown came by Aaron Rodgers, a QB run. And with 21 seconds left, the Bears look like they might just run the ball out. But we saw what happened in week 1 when Todd Gurley ran 75 yards at the end of the half and was able to score. And the Bears are going to call their first timeout. So 15 seconds left to go from their own 35. Got a Hail Mary trip situation looking. Looking to throw and going to intended Hayden Hurst. And incomplete. No flag on the field. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. The Bears trying to get some points before the end of the half. But now they might just settle for the half to run out. Nope, he's going to throw it, Derek Carr. Carr looking to Hayden Hurst. Hurst gets it down, and there's going to be a timeout from the 50-yard line. So one more chance for a Hail Mary. Hayden Hurst, a 15-yard reception. Brings it out to the 50-yard line, which should be enough for Derek Carr to get it downfield. But this will be the last play of the half. Carr looking deep. He's got the arm strength. Can he get to the end zone? And it's going to be intercepted again. His 3rd interception of the half. And this one, a little less scrupuous, less prominent, as it's a Hail Mary interception. We know how those could turn out to be. They just look bad on the stats. But 3 interceptions, nevertheless, on Derek Carr. And it's 13-0 as we go into the second half for the Buccaneers, who get the ball to start the second half. And here's Tavon Austin. Austin getting a good block. Austin with a nice little spin move. And Tavon Austin with his best kick return of the year, takes it out to the 42-yard line. A 36-yard kick return from Austin. So Rodgers, who looked pretty strong, pretty good, going in the shotgun formation. Rodgers looking deep. He's got A.J. Green open. Green, wide open, and in stride, A.J. Green. A big catch here on the first play of the second half, and a good way to start the half there for Aaron Rodgers. A big throw and catch to A.J. Green. And now inside the 21-yard line. Rodgers back at single back formation. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a huge hole. McCaffrey with speed. Gets it down. Still moving. Gets it down to the 5. And a gain of 16. A big play there by number 22. And just like that, 2 plays into the half, Buccaneers have it at the 5-yard line of the Bears. And looking to strike. First and goal from the 5. The counter handoff to McCaffrey, who gets no gain on that play. And it's going to bring up second goal from the 5. 16 rushes, 14 passes. Shotgun formation. McCaffrey to the left of it. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey going up the middle and into the end zone. Number 22 with his 6th touchdown of the season. And it's going to be a point after. It could be a 20-0 lead for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are in full control. And they're going to decide to go for 2 here, actually. Make it a 21-0 game. Rodgers to throw to A.J. Green, and Green with the 2-point conversion makes it a 21-0 game. So good call by the Buccaneers to go for 2, and it's a 3-score game. And the Bears have 3 interceptions. And we are in the third quarter, so it's a rule of 3 here so far at Soldier Field. And the Bears fans are not happy. They're being shut out here in week number 4 of the season. So 2 rushing touchdowns from the Buccaneers. 1 from McCaffrey. 1 from Rodgers. And here comes Derek Carr to start the second half. 3 interceptions in the first half. Can't do any worse. Looking to throw it. And he's got wide open. Jordan Matthews down the middle of the field. And a big play there and a gain of 24. Jordan Matthews wide open. We haven't called on Michael Thomas's name after a couple receptions in the first quarter. But Jordan Matthews there with a big play, and he was wide open. He had daylight, but he was tackled at the Bucs 49. High formation. Play action. Looking. And Tramon Williams with a big play, a sack and a fumble, and Lorenzo Alexander recovers it. A good blitz there from the Buccaneers defense, and Tramon Williams, who's off to a great start to the season, able to strip sack Derek Carr, who results in his 4th turnover of the game. Derek Carr not having a game to remember. And the Buccaneers in great position from the 20-yard line. From the 40-yard line, I should say. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey still on his feet, pushing, and a gain of 4. 16 rushes, 66 yards, and 1 TD for run CMC. And the Buccaneers are in full control here. Up 21-0. Have the ball in the third quarter. We've already scored in the third quarter from the Bears 36 after the Derek Carr fumble. Here's Rodgers. He's got A.J. Green. Green with wide open. And he's got a blocker in front. Green still pushing. Still on his feet. I don't think the Bears can bring him down. And Rodgers 12 for 15, 193 yards, 6 receptions of those going to A.J. Green, who has 133 total yards on the day. So A.J. Green continuing to build up his stat line here early in the season, and he's off to a great start. Still no touchdown. And there's another throw to A.J. Green. Green for another first down and a gain of 12. Green just adding to those stats, but looking to get into the end zone. We'll see if he can do it. 7 receptions, 145 yards for A.J. Green. With Julio Jones out, he could be the main feature for quite some time. Here's a handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey pushes it down to the 1-yard line, nearly puts it into the end zone, and they're going to go no huddle. And Rodgers just looking to score quickly. Handoff to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey loses a yard or two, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 3. So Rodgers try to get quickly, try to catch them off guard, but the Bears were prepared for that one, and they will get a stop. But can they hold them right here? 3rd and 3 from the 3. Rodgers looking for someone open. Going to the end zone, and it's going to be Tavon Austin with the reception. So Tavon Austin coming up with his first catch of the season, and it's going to be a touchdown for number 10, and it's 27-0 with an extra point coming after. So he was maybe looking for A.J. Green, but his secondary option, Tavon Austin, gets open for his first touchdown of the season, his first catch of the season, and it's 28-0. So every turnover that the Bears have given the Buccaneers, those 4 turnovers, all 4 have resulted in points from the Buccaneers. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the Buccaneers are in full control, 28-0. 3 straight turnovers, 3 straight drives with turnovers for the Bears. So now they're coming back at it again. Carr in trouble. Carr looking. Throwing, nearly intercepted again by Joe Hayden. Derek Carr just getting pummeled. Whether he's getting hit or intercepted, he is not having a good game. And we said the tale of 2 quarterbacks come into this game, that Carr had the better stats over Aaron Rodgers, but it's been Rodgers dominating the game so far, and Carr in that 3 turnover range just in trouble. And Mike Davis going to get no yards on that play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Lorenzo Alexander with an interception as well as a fumble recovery. Tramon Williams forced that fumble. And again, we haven't mentioned Michael Thomas's name in quite some time. 3rd and 10. Going deep. Looking for Jordan Matthews, and he beats Joe Hayden man-to-man. And Matthews coming up with a big reception there. And Carr laid it perfectly into the hands of Jordan Matthews, who's had a couple big receptions here in the second half. 2 receptions, 55 yards for Jordan Matthews. Here's Carr on the shotgun with Jordan Charles. Handoff to Charles. Charles going up the middle, making a couple jukes and a positive gain of 7 yards there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. So the Bears are looking to get something going here in this 3rd quarter. Trying to get something on the board. Carr shotgun formation. Looking. Going. Throwing it quickly. And that also might have been intercepted. But that's going to be an incomplete pass. And bring up 3rd down 3. It seems like Derek Carr is just throwing it into double coverage or into heavy coverage every single time. And right now we've seen the result. 4 turnovers, 3 receptions, 1 fumble. And finally, Michael Thomas is thrown to, but a good play there to knock it away from Michael Thomas. Brings up 4th and 3. And it looks like the Buccaneers might punt it. It might be a fake. No, they're going to actually punt it. Interesting call from the Bears, who get it inside the 15-yard line. But with 1:01 left to go in the 3rd quarter and no points on the day, you would think they might have thought about going for it. Here's Roger making an audible at the line. Starting from his own 15. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey trying to make a move up the middle. And a gain of 3 there. So 19 rushes, 73 yards, and 1 touchdown for number 22. And they'll bring up 2nd and 7. $283 yards to 153. Rodgers in the single back formation. Cordell Patterson in motion. Patterson looking to get a throw. No, it's going to be Austin Hooper. And Hooper's going to gain a 14 and a 1st down. Rodgers just 3 incompletions so far And he's off to a great start. 3 receptions, 32 yards for the tight end Austin Hooper, who might have some extra work to do now that Julio Jones is out for some time. An abdominal tear to Julio Jones. This will be the last play of the quarter. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey trying to break it out wide. Still on his feet, and he'll take it for a gain of 8. 20 rushes, 81 yards for number 22. And that's a positive sign as the Buccaneers go right back to giving it and feeding it to Christian McCaffrey, who seems to get better and better as the game goes on. 22 rushes, 18 passes. We start the fourth quarter. And the Buccaneers are going to get stopped. And it's just going to be a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 as we start the fourth quarter. Let's see what Rodgers and company decide to do here. And the Bucs decide to keep it on the ground. And McCaffrey's going to push his way in for a first down. So they keep it on the ground on 3rd down too, and they're just happy with chewing the clock. Christian McCaffrey having himself another strong day. Handoff to McCaffrey. He gets a couple blockers. Still on his feet. Still pushing. And it's tough to bring down number 22, who's got 89 yards today. And a touchdown. And he's looked great all day. The Buccaneers up 28-0 in full control. McCaffrey in the background. Single formation. Rodgers looking. He's got Julio Jones wide open, and he just overthrew Julio Jones, AJ Green, my apologies, which would have been his first touchdown of the game. And now it's going to be 3rd and 6, and the clock stops. But he had AJ Green open. He tricked the entire Bears defense into thinking it was a run. But he couldn't hit AJ Green. Now Rodgers looking down the middle of the field, going to Austin Hooper, and that's going to be incomplete. And for the first time today, the Buccaneers are going to have to punt it. 4th and 6 from the 49. And Michael Dixon, one of the best in the game to do it. He's going to kick it high. And not a great punt at all. And just a net of 40 yards on that punt. And the Bears will start from their own 26. Not a good punt at all from Dixon on that one. But Derek Carr, with 4:32 left, has yet to put up any points in the game. He hands it off to Jamal Charles. Charles making a couple moves and a gain of 5 on that play. 3 rushes, 15 yards for Jamal Charles. The Bears need to score, and they need to score quickly. Time of possession has been all Buccaneers. Turnover game, Buccaneers. Looking to throw it. He's going to go with Jamal Charles. Charles is met there and a good tackle there. And Charles is going to go down after the big hit there. And he is hurt. So the clock will stop. 3rd and 4. 158 total yards for the Bears. Mike Davis comes back into the game. Here's Carr. Handing it off to Davis. Interesting call there on 3rd down. But he's going to be stopped short. 6 rushes, 17 yards, and another punt. The Bears fans are booing heavily as you think on 3rd and 4 that they would go for it, but they choose not to. And Cordell Patterson will let it go into the end zone for a touchback. So under 4 minutes left to go in the game, and you can't say much more about the Buccaneers defense. 4 turnovers, 0 points on the game. Aaron Rodgers has looked like old Aaron Rodgers, keeping the ball in the hands of his receivers and making big plays when he needs to. Here's Christian McCaffrey with a big play, big hole, but there is a flag, and this one should be coming back. It's going to be called for holding. As you look at the out-of-town scoreboard, the Jacksonville Jaguars are already 3-0, up 24-3, and looking to go 4-0 there. One of the unbeaten teams in the league so far. We saw the Buccaneers lose their first game last week to the Steelers, 23-6. Here's the handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey getting a couple good yards there to gain of 4, and he's close to that century mark. 2nd and 15. Rodgers going to throw it. Looking for A.J. Green. Green with a good catch. And still on his feet, A.J. Green for a gain of 11 yards. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. A.J. Green, 8 receptions, 156 yards. Could have been over 200 had he caught that pass that wasn't overthrown to him. But he'll settle for the 8 for 156. As long as his team gets a W. Here's Rodgers. Quick throw to Cordell Patterson. Patterson's going to hold on to it and get a first down. His first catch of the year. Gain of 5. The Buccaneers are on their way to win number 3 on the season. Humanawani in backfield, in motion. And here's the handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's met, and we're going to have another flag, and this could be holding again. Holding on the offense. And it's going to be Austin Hooper this time. Last time it was on Andrew Whitworth. So it looks like they're trying to get McCaffrey over that 100-yard mark, and then they might take him out for the rest of the day. McCaffrey just approaching that 100-yard mark. Needs about 8 yards. And he'll get 3 of them on that play. So 4 yards away from that 100-yard mark, and then they'll probably take him out and replace him with Christine Michael. McCaffrey's been on every play. Here's a handoff. And just like that, he's going to get over that 100-yard mark. He's just going to reach 100 on the dot, and that'll do it for McCaffrey's day. As it comes out with the 2-minute warning, and the Bears are more than happy letting it going down to the 2-minute warning. Interesting call, no timeouts, 3rd and 11. Had a chance to get the ball back, but refused to. So, 3rd and 11. 28 rushes, 22 passes. Rodgers still in the game. 28-0. Rodgers looking downfield to Tavon Austin. Wide open, Tavon Austin. And he goes down with an injury, Tavon Austin. And he catches a big play there, but an injury. Gerald Sensabaugh hits him on that one. And that pretty much is going to do it, folks. His second reception, 37 yards. The 1 touchdown, 1 passing touchdown for Aaron Rodgers goes to Tavon Austin. He also had a rushing touchdown as well. Christine Michael, his first carry of the game, and a gain of 10. That's going to be 2nd and inches. Christian McCaffrey gets the 100-yard mark and gets the 1 touchdown, and the Buccaneers are going to come away with this one easily. Here's Michael again. Almost fumbles the ball there. And now Christine Michael is hurt. All of a sudden, the Buccaneers players are dropping like fries. And Bruce Sternum for Tavon Austin is going to see him out. And the Buccaneers will not let Christian McCaffrey go back in the game. Already 3 injuries to the Buccaneers. In Austin, Julio Jones, and now Christine Michael. Now here's Walton Jr. Walton Jr. breaking a tackle. Still on his feet. Still pushing his way through. And a gain of 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2. And Christine Michael, broken collarbone. He's going to be out for some time as well. So 3 injuries. Abdominal tear, broken column, and a bruised sternum. All on the offense for the Buccaneers. And here's the handoff to Walton again. Walton gets it down to the 8-yard line. Michael Walton with his first couple carries of the game. And now with under a minute left, this is just a formality. But the Buccaneers won't take a knee. They're going to hand it off again. Here's Walton again. Walton still on his feet, still pushing his way through and getting it to the 3-yard line. Michael Walton, a good start so far to his season, and he might need some more time with the number 2 team because with Christian Michael out with a broken collarbone and Austin Eckler still in the IR, he's going to get some more time. Now Rodgers looking to throw. Rodgers going to walk right into the end zone, and another rushing touchdown for Aaron Rodgers. His third touchdown of the game, 2 rushing touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers. And this one is a blowout, 35-0 for the Buccaneers. They didn't even have to put up points, but they added salt to the wound. 12 plays, 77 yards, 3 minutes and 34 seconds. And that'll do it for this one. And with 23 seconds left, the Bears are going to get shut out at home at Soldier Field. And you hate to see that if you're a Bears fan, because you're coming into this week feeling pretty good against a Bucs team who was coming off a really bad loss at home. And now you feel like you got to go back to the drawing board and wonder where you made the mistakes. 4 turnovers, couldn't stop him defensively. Derek Carr didn't look like he was in sync all game. Michael Thomas had a couple catches in the first quarter, but that was it from him. And Thomas, as we mentioned his name, just gets a catch there and get brought down at a gain of 16. But 10 completions for 18 yards, 146. Michael Thomas, 3 for 49. And that will pretty much do it. This clock is going to expire. And the Bears will not run one more play, I should say. And this will do it. The Buccaneers, 35, the Bears, nothing. An absolute blowout. Matt Nagy is just super disappointed, throwing his play calling sheet on the ground. And there's some of the highlights. Tavon Austin with a touchdown reception. Another play by Tavon Austin when he went down with an injury. A.J. Green with a good reception there over Richard Sherman. Another play by A.J. Green. And it's the Buccaneers on every aspect. Passing yards win. Rushing yards, 143 to 32. Yards per play, 7.1 to 6.5. And 4 takeaways in a final 35-0. Let's take a look at the stats because Aaron Rodgers was just phenomenal. 130.4, nearly perfect QB rating. 18 for 23, 1 touchdown. Passing, 2 rushing. Derek Carr, 42.6 QB rating, 10 for 18, 146, and 3 interceptions. At the rushing game, Christian McCaffrey, 100 yards. Mike Davis was just 17 on 6 carries. Mark Walton Jr. had 17 yards on 3 carries. Then you had Jamal Charles and Aaron Rodgers, 3 rushes, 10 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then receiving, A.J. Green led the way, 8 receptions for 156 yards. No touchdowns for him still in the season. Michael Thomas, 3 receptions, 49 yards. He was kept in check all day after a couple completions early into the game. Julio Jones, 3 receptions, 37 yards before he was exiting with a bruised sternum, I believe. And then Austin Hooper, 3 receptions, 2 yards. Let's look at the scoring summary. Justin Tucker started off with a 25-yard field goal in the first quarter, and then Aaron Rodgers, 5-yard run, and a Justin Tucker, 28-yard field goal, made it 13-0 at halftime. Then to start the second half, Christian McCaffrey, 5-yard run. He gets his 6th touchdown of the season. A.J. Green with the 2-point conversion. All of a sudden, it was 21-0. Then Tavon Austin made it 28-0 with a 3-yard pass from Aaron Rodgers to 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And then Aaron Rodgers, with 22 seconds left, gets another rushing touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown makes it 35-0. So thanks so much for joining us. And we're going to be coming up with another Madden franchise broadcast coming up soon. But this is going to be after the bye week. And let's take a look at the injuries because Christian Michael, he's going to be out sometime with a broken collarbone. Let's take a look as it's a road matchup against division rival. Let's look at those injuries. Julio Jones, 4 weeks. Cam Chancellor's 5 weeks away. Austin Eckler, 3 weeks away. Tavon Austin able to come back. And a lot of these guys are just going to be out short term as following the bye week against the Falcons. You'll see a couple of those guys just a few weeks away. But the Buccaneers move to 3-1 in the division. They're tied with the Falcons. So this will set up an interesting Week 6 matchup in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Maybe the Falcons win Week 5, or maybe they lose, and maybe they go behind the Buccaneers. But this should set up an interesting Week 5 matchup between the two teams. The Falcons did lose. So a very tight NFC South right now with a visiting Buccaneers going in against the Falcons. Let's take another look at that injury report. as we got Julio Jones 2 weeks away, Cam Chancellor 3 weeks away, and Austin Eckler 1 week away. So these guys are a few weeks away from coming back. But for this week against the Falcons, it's going to be A.J. Green, #1 receiver, Cordell Patterson, #2, and Tavon Austin, #3. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.